I just came on to talk real quick. I was on the couch taking a little rest, about to take a nap. But I have to say this, right? And in all fairness, because I'm sitting down and I'm trying to contemplate if I really want to work with younger women and on behalf of black women in general, or even continue to be concerned with younger black women and giving direction and information, because frankly, in all seriousness, I have the right to be offended, and I'm getting very offended by all of this rhetoric on YouTube ever since this whole thing with Cynthia G started. And now all of a sudden we have this reemergence of, oh, the older women, they can't stand to see younger women do this or do that. And we're now, once again, now we're supposed to be responsible for everybody's fucking problems in this world. Black males, young women that can't get their shit together, anybody that just wants to blame somebody. It's the older black women who you guys keep referring to as disgusting, disrespectful slander of our ancestors as those antebellum slave names, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm watching how Unbiased and Unbossed asked me to come or get in contact with her about working with her about moving the women forward. Yet there's a posting about older women and their supposed over identification with male identification and worshiping, and how we have this divide and conquer, us versus them mentality. And it's getting annoying. It is. It's seriously getting annoying, because I don't need nobody to help me. I don't need nobody to help me do nothing. I don't need instruction on nothing. I do things to help that I think is important, but if it's not, I have no problem not giving it at all. And I'm getting so sick and tired of it. Cause if you women don't speak up, women in general, older, middle, younger, little girls, you don't speak up and let these people know, please stop the nonsense of trying to continue the rift, okay? If you want the rift, have it completely. Be by yourselves, live your life, have everything that you need to have going on with you, and separate yourself completely from all the older women that you feel are holding you back so much, and that have nothing but hate and all this treatment that you're not getting from us, that you're getting from black males and others. If that's the way you feel, then go ahead and break off that fraction and go about your business, because I could damn sure go about mine. It's just the hypocrisy and the nonsense is just a little bit too much to take from time to time. If black women got to come together to deal with us trying to help each other get out of poverty, we don't have time for ageism. We don't have time for shaming and trying to blame older black women for all of your individual issues. We don't have time for that. But if that's what y'all want to dwell on, I think I'm gonna take my exit stage left from all that bullshit, because I don't have time for that dumb shit. I really don't. That's really ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. And it's everywhere, all over this so-called black YouTube sector. They always gotta have somebody to blame. I guess if it ain't the black dudes they trying to blame shit on, it's gotta be women of my age category. And guess what? Women of my age category, we don't need to be on here, and we don't need help from nobody. So it's okay. We could all leave. Y'all to all your own devices. And good luck with that shit. Unbelievable. It's always some stupid thing after another. Just can't stop it. Just always has to be a level of contention. Always. Oh, and before I go, to set the record straight, right? You know how I hear a lot of talk about younger women, especially that ridiculous character, RWS hashtag exposed, always talking about black women and calling them antebellum slave names, right? In reference to the amount of children they have. Let me make myself very clear. Because I heard this stupidity she was talking that day to me when she called herself whatever y'all call that shit about getting me straight, checking me, dragging me. You can't do any of that, because in order for you to chastise or disrespect somebody, they got to acknowledge you and respect what you're saying. I don't do that for you at all. I don't give a shit about what you're saying, what you thought, or what you mentioned, right? But from me to all of y'all, this is my stance on everything about black women with children, without children, poverty or not poverty stricken, right? When I was speaking in reference to Maisie Lee, the black woman who is not an African woman, although she is African by indirect descendant, right? Listen here. She got 8 kids and she got a fucking PhD in mathematics. That woman makes over $200,000 a year, okay? She can have as many kids as she wants because she can afford them. My point was, me being a mother, younger mother with a lot of children, right? 2 marriages, and whatever else I had going on back then, I could afford to take care of my kids. My kids had a live-in nanny. They had someone to walk them to and from school. And they also had people to help me take them to when they had track practice. What else were they doing? Football, track. What else? Am I forgetting something? Football, track. Wait a minute. Football, track, basketball for a small amount of time, swimming, the girl with the horseback riding. That's it. Oh, and kiddie college, right? So when they were doing all those things, and soccer, I forgot soccer. When they were doing all those things, right, I paid for people to help me take care of them and do that. So my point about all that with the black women with children, you have, in my opinion, nobody can tell you what to do with your body, how you want to live your life. But if you're young and you have a whole bunch of children, you need to be able to take care of them financially all by yourself. And I don't mean struggling, and I don't mean living in poverty. I mean living in a nice place, no matter what that is, your opinion of nice place, and you being able to pay all your bills by yourself, everything that you're responsible for, plus every extracurricular activity you choose to have for your kids, plus travel and do whatever the hell else you want to do. Once you could do that, you could do whatever the hell you want. And you already know you don't have to worry about anybody's opinion. So when that knucklehead was talking about how I condoned black women having a lot of children living in poverty, that has never came out of my mouth, nor do I ever represent that or advocate that. And that's when you know a person doesn't know who they're talking to. I've never been about poverty or advocating for poverty for black women. I've always, since the time I've come on YouTube, unlike all the rest of those people that are talking trash now because of all of this Cynthia G upset that they're concerned with, acting out as if black grown women don't have brains of their own to the point where they can think outside of having to be guided by Cynthia G. So understand my stance. I don't give a fuck how many kids you have, as long as you're able to financially take care of them on your own, keep them safe out of harm's way so they are not subject to pedophilia or goddamn child homicide. If you could do that, you're fucking fabulous. If you could also add in the fact that children need a good amount of parental guidance and tender loving care, you'd be perfect, in my opinion, okay? So that's my official stance on everything. So when people try to fudge it up and make it seem like it's something else, now you've heard it directly from me. The only authority on me is me. So that's all I got to say about that. Good night. Be well. I will venture back into the world of YouTube after I'm finished doing all my studying, doing all my apps homework that I have been procrastinating forever on. And also I started, like I told you guys, go on to Google certificates. I'm starting the analyst thing now because I want to take that test and pass it in a couple of months so I could jump up another $20,000, I'll be very happy to bring that home. So, listen, I'm good. I'm very good. And I'm always striving to do better. That's always what I try to impress upon and instill in whoever is subscribed to me. Have a good night. I really hope the ageism and the stupidity stops with the younger women towards women like me, but I don't think it will. So I could kind of like see that we're not going to get anything done as a collective. So for those little fractions of black women that break off into good, functioning, positive cliques to do different grassroots movements where you live, more power to you, because that seems to be the way we got to go. Because I don't know, too many of these women on here, they just got psychological problems where they just got to blame somebody else. They cannot be responsible for themselves, and it's always got to be, you made me do this. Instead of just saying, you know what, I'm a grown woman. If shit is not right, I'm going to make it right with me, and I would hope you do the same. And if they can't, they deal with whatever situation they create for themselves in life, try to make it better, and if they can't, then they have to deal with their lot in life. But there's no reason for any of us to be running around trying to blame our mothers, grandmothers, great 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 grandmothers when you have a mind of your own and you have your own choices to make that you are responsible for. Ain't nobody holding no gun to your head and making you do shit. And regardless of whatever type of trauma you lived through as a child, you are a child. Those were childish things. Put that shit away. Grow up, be a full-fledged adult, and put the inner wounded child in the closet with the rest of the trauma and move on with life, because ain't nobody got no time for that. But if you guys insist to keep on doing that, oh, it's the older black women, they always doing this and they make that, you know what? I hope and pray you have it your way, where it's only all young whippersnappers on YouTube giving each other direction, know-how, and everything else. I hope you get your way. I hope you get your way, and immediately at that, okay? Have a good night. Ridiculous.